Hi guys, welcome back, or welcome if you are new. So this is my client Abigail, and I've not seen her in a really long time. You can tell her hair is super grown out. She wants to move up her color and also go a little bit lighter. So I'm going to be mixing up my usual flash lift, and I'm using this with 20 volume. I'm also going to be adding in Uberlist as well as collagen powder. You guys know at this point I love this. This is my dream team, and it really works from the inside out to make sure we're keeping the hair super nice and healthy. So I started out by sectioning off the front from the back, and then in the front I just sectioned it off of her part, and in the back I started doing a couple foils at the nape of her neck, and then I went and split the back into two separate sections. So I'm starting on this side. I'm taking about a 1-inch section, taking a slice off of that, and then I'm going to tease it. Teasing it is going to allow for a more beautiful seamless blend because it's going to diffuse any lines. And then I'm also going to be taking my power painter brush as well as my balayage board from Framar and doing a nice balayage in a foil. I love doing my balayages in a foil because I get such a better lift, especially with dark hair like hers. She's naturally about a level 4, so we need a lift, but it's also really important that you are taking smaller sections and really saturating it to make sure you get a proper, even, clean lift. When I move on to the front, I go ahead and do the money piece, and I already have a video on that, so if you haven't seen it, go watch it and that'll show you exactly what I like to do. And now I am moving on, just taking horizontal sections all the way up, doing the same exact thing, small sections, lots of saturation, and in a foil. So it's the same exact thing, nothing crazy. I opted to give her slices instead of weaves because the picture that she sent me had a lot of ribbony effects, and doing slices and painting on a bigger chunk is going to give us a really nice pop in her dark hair. So this is her all foiled up. We left her ends alone because we still want to keep some dimension throughout and keep it low maintenance. And this is how she is lifting. We are still working through some old box color that she had. It's mainly on her ends now, but we are still trying to bust through it, and you can see some of that red and orange at the ends. I'm going to be using Shades EQ Cream, and I'm using that in 4N to match her natural hair color. I'm mixing this with 10 volume, and then I'm going to be letting this sit on her hair for 20 minutes. If you've never used the Shades EQ cream, you totally should. It's still super conditioning and super shiny and healthy on the hair, but it has more opacity. So whereas the gloss is very translucent and you're still going to be able to see things through it, this is going to cover a little bit more. So if you were foiling and you had a couple lines in there by accident, it happens to all of us, it's going to cover it up and blend it really, really well. But if you use Shades EQ, I noticed that it doesn't cover as well and it fades a little bit quicker. So that's why I like to do more of an opaque demi-permanent color as a root smudge, because it lasts longer and it covers more and it's just super beautiful. But the Shades EQ cream is very conditioning, very shiny, and it looks super, super healthy. So for our toner, I'm going to be using two different formulas. Our first one is going to be 7GB, 7NB, 7M, and 8VB. I'm using this on the majority of her hair because she does have that banding at the ends where she has a lot of red, which was about a level 7, and I want to tone her down to that so that she doesn't have that banding in our after result. Now, she doesn't want to be super blonde anyway, so this is going to work perfectly. However, she did want her money piece to be a little bit brighter anyway, and luckily for us, the money piece didn't have the same banding, so that is where our second formula comes in, and I'm going to be using 9GB and a little bit of 8N. This is just for the money piece all around her halo, and you will see me apply that very soon. I get asked all the time if I rinse out my root smudge before I apply my toner, and no. So I will go ahead and do my root smudge first, and then right after that I will apply my toner. Now they both process for the full 20 minutes, and I just let them sit and blend together beautifully. Same thing with the root smudge, I just apply it and let it sit for 20 minutes. Now this again is our lighter formula, so it's not going to go as dark as the rest. Now it's really important that you let your colors sit for the full amount of time so they can have the best longevity, because I was always taught that 1 minute equals 1 wash. So she's gonna sit here for the full 20 minutes so she can have the most longevity and that she's not gonna have to touch it up as often. However, I also recommend using Shades EQ with 10 volume because it lasts way longer, and I do have an experiment on this in one of my previous videos. If you haven't seen it, you need to go check it out. So after we washed her, I went and dried her and then applied Olaplex number 6 and 7 to finish her off. And just a refresher, this is her before one more time and now her after. It is such a beautiful beigey brondy color, and we busted through so much more box dye. So let me know what you guys think about her transformation. Be sure to like and subscribe and also comment. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you next time.